Welcome to RVU, an RV Insider podcast where I will interview industry experts, icons, and influencers. Classes in session for all things RV, and I'm your host, Angie Morrell. Today, we're so excited to have Steve Claude. You are Vice President of Customer Service for Jayco Family of Companies. Wow. Okay, so that's, what does that entail?
So basically the customer experience involving all of our brands, so that's Integra, Jayco, Highland, and Starcraft.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to be over customer service for. I mean, I know this is completely off the cuff, but how many customers would you say you serve if you were going to approximately guess?
But you know, Jayco, I think it was 2016, hit their millionth unit.
Wow.
Inside our warranty period, we have anywhere around 300,000 customers that we're taking care of. But then, you know, the customer experience goes beyond that, and making sure that we're supporting them and making sure that experience they have is exceptional.
Yeah. So you're really the Steve's really the guy. When I take my car in to get fixed and warranty's approved and all that happens, my customer service, I never really know who that person is that does all that, but you're the man behind the curtain, basically. For
you know, I lead an astounding team. They're the ones I'm there to help mentor, lead, educate, train, to make sure the processes are in place to give that customer experience to the level that we want.
Well, and your job is so important because, you know, as a salesperson, you know, I have the fun part. It's fun to sell fun, as I've heard one said. So we get to sell the dream. Their customers excited. But we all know these are made by humans.
Yes.
If God makes it, it dies. If man makes it, it breaks. Hate to say it that way, but it's the truth, right?
Yep.
So you're really the person that gives all that support on the back end so that I can live out the dream of, you know, I've been saving up for my whole life to go, you know, retire and buy a beautiful RV. And now something breaks and I get to find out what kind of support I get, right?
Absolutely. You know, I tease my team, and not that sales and everything's not such a valuable part of the whole family of the business, but you know, I tell them, you could train a monkey to sell an item first time, but it's that customer experience that brings them back to buy that second, third, fourth, spread it to their generations following the Jayco why statement of why we're in business, generations of family fun.
Yeah. And you really, I mean, that extra support is what really gives that experience because, you know, if it's not working, if it's not moving, they're not having fun, they're not enjoying the lifestyle. So I know we get to speak all the time about different little things to help support our customers. And we just love the partnership that we have with Integra and with you and your team and the support that you give us at National Indoor RV Centers.
It's easy. You have a wonderful company. It's a great partnership. It's almost like you're that fifth division of Jayco of how we partner and work together and how we communicate. And both of us, we have the same vision and aspirations for our customer, and that's that experience.
So give me a little bit of your background. How long have you been with Jayco?
Well, my background's very dynamic. I could talk to you for a couple hours on it.
All right, like the Cliff Notes.
So the Cliff Notes real quick. I actually came into the RV industry 7 years ago. Came here to Jayco as the Senior Director of Continuous Improvement.
Important.
Yep, and
it
was targeted to work with all divisions of opportunities of continuous improvement to improve the customer experience and the quality of our product. After about 45 days, they made some leadership changes, and I was promoted to the Vice President of Customer Service for Jayco Towables. Across the next 8 months, working on a vision and plan of direction for the customer service and the customer experience. Presented that, and then in November of 16, they came down and said, we'd like for you to move forward with the vision you presented and become the corporate vice president over the family of companies.
Wow. Well, they've put a lot of trust in you. And I think you've been doing a great job. So thank you definitely for us. So you kind of sold yourself a little bit short. You showed me your experience from when you joined Jayco, but what was your experience prior to Jayco?
My experience was very diverse. I did not come from the the RV industry. I originally was a tool and die maker. I was in aerospace.
Oh, wow.
And with aerospace, I also then got into automotive and medical fields, building equipment for their production lines. Ended up working at General Motors in their tool and die room. And after a couple years of that, I decided that I could benefit the company more.
So tool and die room, what does that mean?
So tool and die, basically, I built equipment, machinery, weaponry. I worked on a Kodak satellite going into space.
Oh, wow.
Very high, extreme precision. I absolutely loved the work I did. General Motors, I kind of lost a little bit of interest into it because based off of their structure and their policies, I became more of a repairman.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't feeling like I was being utilized. So I went into management there and moved up very quickly, leading all of their skilled trades and the press room for their largest plant in the United States, building the brake and chassis for General Motors. Left there and went to Ingersoll Rand, ran operations for them. At Ingersoll Rand, I ran a stamping and manufacturing facility for doors and windows for commercial buildings. My background in tool and die and my education as a mechanical engineer made operations extremely easy for me because I could walk into a facility and understand how operations runs very quickly since I built the equipment and the processes. I went in with General Motors and Ingersoll Rand. They invested into me, so I'm a black belt, Six Sigma, Shannon certified, and Lean Leadership certified. So when I took all those experiences and those knowledge, and when I came to Jayco, and they asked for, hey, we want somebody to help lead continuous improvement. Yes, it wasn't on the production floor,
Mm-hmm.
but I just used the same tools to analyze how we do business, to take care of our customers, to look for where those opportunities are. My team, for the last 3 years, every Wednesday, they actually go through leadership and lean training with me.
Oh, wow.
And that's where they lead the projects. You know, I'm just their mentor. I teach them the tools. I let them analyze the business so that they have ownership in it. It's really about developing the people. So I teach them the tools, let them find the projects. I help set the goals and priorities, but they do the work, and it's a full team effort and not an individual leading.
Well, that's impressive because obviously with the breadth of the business that you cover and the warranty that you cover, you couldn't do it as an individual.
Yep.
You would have to build a strong team. So that's impressive. So tell me a little bit about the process, what happens. So customer buys a coach, beautiful Integra coach from National Indoor RV Centers, and they take it out on, their first long trip, and they have something that breaks, and it's a warranty item. So
Yep.
They bring it to us, we come to you. What happens on your end of the...
Well, it's very diverse, all the different avenues, because you've got educating the customer, working, educating the dealer. We actually step in and say we take control of customer service when you receive the unit. So it's a stock unit for you. But when you accept that unit, my team steps in, because if you find anything wrong with the unit, quality issues or anything, we want to make sure we address that before the customer even has a bad experience. We've got multiple departments from tech support that's providing technical instruction, training, consumer training out in the field and assistance, to our pre-auths and claims working directly with the dealer, parts, warehousing, how to get you that part to take care of the customer in a timely manner, our systems. We even do warranty diagnostics to provide to all departments inside the Jayco and Integra to drive continuous improvements.
So tell me a little bit more about warranty diagnostics. What does that entail?
I've put together a team that what we do is we analyze all of the warranty claims coming in, whether it's engineering issues, production issues, purchasing, supplier quality issues. And we do an analysis to help prioritize and Pareto the work to give back to each of those teams so they know what to work on to impact the customer the fastest and putting out the best quality of product that we can. We also, during that, we do the analytics and that to make sure that we're meeting all safety NHTSA requirements, protocols, so that our customer is protected and safe in the unit.
Okay. This is something that just came to my mind, and I would assume that you have some kind of process for this. So, say you, in your warranty claim department, you get, 7 complaints about this same issue, kind of right in a row. What process do you have in place to then say, let's go find the root cause of that problem? Tell me about that. When you find something, a reoccurring issue.
Okay, so we do a couple things. One is we have product development meetings where engineering, purchasing, production comes together, quality, and we go to attend those meetings every week, and we present the data and information for them to start an investigation on their side. To help drive those projects and initiatives, we have a committee. It's called the WIR Committee, Warranty Incident Review Committee.
Okay.
And what they do is they pull the teams together and specifically look at each of the issues, repetitive issues, and we look at it 2 ways. We look at it for repetition, and then we also look at it at high dollars. And so from those Paretos, they go through, they'll put a team together and assign a committee to go investigate and try to resolve those issues. Issues that are flagged as being high risk, that escalates up to our CPAC, which is Corrective and Preventive Action Committee, and they'll analyze it to see if we have to come out with a technical service bulletin, if we have to do a recall on it. That way we get it into the dealer's hands to protect the customer as quickly as possible for any of those type of actions. But we hold these meetings every single week. It's
So you can easily see a pattern if there's something that's becoming.
Exactly. And that way we also, we're tracking to hold accountability that we're driving resolution to the issues that's brought forward.
Well, you have a big job, because I know I have the customer in front of me when something's, going wrong, but then you're the person behind us that gives us the support to help make sure we get the issue resolved.
Yeah, like I said, I lead a great team. I count on their expertise and knowledge. I just give them the guidance from my background and the tools that they need to be able to look for that next step in the continuous improvement. journey.
So what does exceptional customer service look like to you?
Exceptional customer service to me is that we build a quality product. We define a training plan that we can deliver to a customer to where they know everything about their unit, and my job is not needed.
That's a good answer. Customer service isn't always easy. How do you convey the Jayco brand message to those that call in?
You know, the first thing is you have to be humble and listen to the consumer. When something goes wrong, they're already frustrated, they're already disappointed, and so you have to be very respectful. You have to take the time to hear them and make sure that they know that you're listening and that you're there to take care of them. Once you get that relationship built to where they feel safe and that they're going to be taken care of in your hands, then it's working with the team in our dealerships to get the work done as quickly as possible and put them back out traveling and camping in their unit.
Yep, 100%.
Ready to push your Class B van to new extremes? Bring it to National Indoor RV Centers for expert upfitting. From expanded storage and larger fuel tanks to enhanced sleeping quarters and brilliant LED lighting, NIRVC will turn your ordinary Class B into the ultimate road warrior. Visit nirvc.com/adventurevans today to schedule a free consultation.
Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and I want to introduce you to the first annual 2024 Music City Motorhome Expo, a VIP shopping experience. This event is the first of its kind for the RV industry. This boutique style event means no massive crowds, and attendees get exclusive access to be the first to see new 2025 model year, one-on-one time with manufacturers and industry experts, educational seminars, all meals, snacks, drinks, and campsites provided, and entertainment by Diamond Rio and Josh Turner. Remember, your registration fee will be applied to the purchase of a motorhome up to a year after the event. You won't want to miss the event that changes the way consumers shop for motorhomes. Steve, you've used the word Pareto a couple of times in our conversation here, and we know what that means, but for our viewers listening that may not know what that means, can you explain that to us?
So basically, when I came to Jayco, we would run a warranty report, and it would list, here's all the issues that's come in for the past week. You would send that to production and operations, and they would look at this long list, and we don't have time to read it. We got to build units. So what we did is we broke it down and analyzed it, and we put it into a chart that's saying, here's your top issues. These are the top 20 issues that are the most repetitive. Focus on those because that'll have the quickest impact to taking care of our customer. As you take one off, we'll provide you with the next one, always providing those top 20 and always driving that continuous improvement. So it's just prioritizing the work to give the fastest and quickest impact to improve the customer experience.
Great. So one of the easiest things about selling an Integra coach for me was always the 2-year warranty. So that's a great selling point for me, but that requires a lot on your end. So tell me about that.
We're very proud of the fact that we have our 2-year limited warranty. We're one of the only ones in the industry that does that.
I heard that word, limited. Explain it.
Absolutely.
That's the fine print, so tell me more.
So limited means our warranty covers the quality of our products and workmanship that we did on the unit. What it doesn't cover is maintenance items that must be maintained on a unit, just like a car.
If I don't take it in and get my oil changed, you're not going to repair my engine?
Yes, if it locks up because you run out of oil. It doesn't cover that. And normal wear and tear. you put 50,000 miles on a unit, your tires go bald, that's not covered because that's normal wear and tear on a product. Outside of normal wear and tear and maintenance, now for us, we take some ownership into that. We want to make sure that we give proper training and tools and videos out there in our library to provide to the customer so that they know how to maintain their unit, because we want that customer experience to be well-rounded, not from just us, but for them as the user, for the investment they put in place.
Yeah, because it is a big learning curve. I mean, when you're buying an automobile, big automobile, a chassis, and then putting a house on top of it, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I mean, it's not, you're not buying the Porsche and no one's going to come and pick it up from you for service, and all these things that a lot of high-end car users are buying a motorhome and feeling like they're spending so much money, which they are, that they're going to have that same high-end car experience. There's just too many moving parts, right?
Yeah, and I think your wording about it's a house on wheels is a good comparison for this. If you think about your house and just take a standard refrigerator, your house isn't vibrating, bouncing, going down the road. If the product fails, we cover it under our warranty, but we're putting in the same refrigerator that you would buy to put inside your house, but it's treated differently because of the condition of traveling down a road. And so, there has to be a little bit of flexibility of understanding. We'll take care of you if the product fails. But those type of things are, we try to control our best by putting the best product out there. But it is, the wear and tear is different than sitting in your house.
Completely different. You're not in terrible weather conditions, road conditions, park conditions. I mean, there's just so many more things that you're subjecting your home and your car to than you would normally.
Correct.
So at National Indoor RV Centers, we're all about the RV revolution, in that we are always trying to advance the industry for our customers. So what are you doing at Jayco to advance or for the RV revolution, advancing the industry?
I think it takes multiple avenues. One is a proper training program. How do we communicate with the customer so they understand their unit? How do we work with our dealers so that they understand the product they're selling? How do they maintain it? So constant development of our training processes so that we're great partners. If a customer calls me or calls NIRV, I want them to have that same experience and knowledge to where they're getting the same answer who they're calling. So it's really the constant development of the training side of it. Beyond that, the technical training, especially as we look for new innovations into the industry, making sure that we're staying up front, putting the training programs in place, making sure that the blueprints, the parts are available. So if a customer does have an issue, they can be taken care of immediately on the spot. That leads into our parts department. How do we make sure, if you look across the North America, Elkhart, Indiana is the hub of RVs.
Absolutely.
The absolute hub.
Yeah, you can't drive around the city and not know what the industry is here.
Well, so saying that the industry can't wait for Elkhart, Indiana to respond to get parts out to the consumer, right, to the dealer. We have to make sure and figure out what are those lanes to have those parts there readily available. We understand the failure modes by the warranty analysis to make sure that the appropriate number of parts are out there and available as we work for continuous improvement to eliminate those issues. It's all about the uptime with the consumer, making sure that our product is extremely user-friendly to where they can enjoy it and understand their unit, and that we are there to support them at the drop of a hat, take care of them immediately so they can go on and continue their camping or travels.
Well, I think that's great. Training, education, speed to customer, getting our customers out on the road and having fun, right?
That's absolutely
That's
it.
our goal. Well, Steve, thank you so much for joining us today. I can't thank you enough for your time spending with us today. And if you would like to learn more about the topics that we discussed on the episode today, click the link below in the podcast episode description. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, well, then help us out. Make sure you tell a friend, write a good review, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Make sure you tune into our next episode so you can see which industry expert, icon, or influencer is up next. Until then, class is dismissed, and we'll see you down the road.